Hey guys, on my way to check out the meteorite situation here in Pennsylvania. Going to be headed over to the Streak area of the armpit of America, which I can say because Pennsylvania can say that about our beloved Ohio. And I'm sure they have insults for us that I don't really want to know. But on my way, got my kind of bags packed here. Kind of randomness, an assortment of stuff thrown together at the last minute. But I'm really excited to go on this adventure. More on that later. Okay, bye. Getting ready to go over there and gonna try to document things on the way, see how it goes, see if I run into any characters. Not that I'm going to talk to anyone because I'm shy. shyGigi is shy. And just hang out a little more at the base camp. Gonna do some lunges and leg lifts, all the things that keep me so trim. Not really. Hello again. I'm at a nature center near Medina. We're starting off beautiful, 60 degrees, and we're just gonna walk trails and paths and see what we can find. Absolutely beautiful. Wish me the best. If you were a meteorite, where would you be? Where would you be? It was so cool. There were reporters who were at the roundabout in this small town in the path of the meteorite. And there were a lot of people on that town square or circle. So that was pretty cool. Here in Western PA and Ohio, where this is around, we have very cloudy weather most of the time. We're only second to Seattle in our region. So when we see the sun, it's kind of like, wow, what a dream. So as you can see, and I'm not gonna zoom in so you see their faces, but there's other people randomly out here with me searching this field full of briars and weeds. So it's kind of cool to be a part of a moment like the solar eclipse where everyone came out, and for some people it was amazing just to share humanity in these events that God allows these amazing things to happen. Okay, we have our first stone that is definitely not a meteorite because look at all that moss growing on it. Here's some deer tracks. You can barely see them with this view, but do they know, would they lead to a place? I don't know if you can hear the metal detection going on beside me, but would they lead to the place because they would recognize something's out of order, like their migration patterns? I lost Moon Pie. You had seen her in the other videos, and tragic accident. And then more recently lost Harry girlfriend. I had said we broke up, but truly we had a fallout. If you share a similar background, you grow up in the same area, went to the same high school, you meet all kinds of diverse people, and you realize a lot about life. And then you return home, and then when you share neurodivergence of a very similar kind and very similar rejection and sensitivities, and then to just be told that you're weak because you don't want to follow a broken coping mechanism, and be told that you're stressful when it's bruh, your levels of stressful that cannot even be explained or registered on certain types of radar. All I want is just to be included, and not rejected all the time, and not have to walk on eggshells. If I'm not transactionally useful for 1 minute, then I could be discarded. And I can deal with taking a break, but learn to communicate, learn to grow. If I'm required to grow, why aren't you? But it's rules for me and not for thee. And I question, isn't that weakness? Like, isn't that like literally the definition of like weakness and a lack of like insight into yourself? And but I guess you can get to the place where you just don't care. Totally understand that. Totally understand that, but it doesn't make it work. And you throw away some amazing people that really care and work hard for you. You find sweeties. Hello, friend. Why would you sit there and then call me weak? Like, don't you think that, like, I'm strong if I'm still trying, if I'm asking questions? And then don't you think I'm strong if I've, like, put up with you for, like, 3 years and, like, dealt with you for that long and almost was able to form, like, a connection? Like, doesn't that qualify me as actually a really strong person? Just so confusing, hurtful, gonna grieve it for a long time. Like, I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to let go. I just felt forced to, like, how am I not supposed to feel forced to let go if what you're requiring for me is to, like, conform to who you are, like a Build-A-Bear friend, but then you put no skin in the game, have no risk. So that's what leads people to go into a field like a crazy person walking circles looking for some rocks from outer space. You know, you could tell by my rambling how unhinged it can be to lose connection, and then you just get to the place where you just can't take the disrespect anymore, and it's like, who's going to be the last man standing is what it feels like in this life sometimes. So it's fun looking at every divot like, could there be a stone? But and that's just not how it should be. Like, we should be friends, allies, and give each other a break after everything we've been through. You'd think we'd be more compassionate, more understanding, not more hardened. There's another stone again. Moss, not a meteorite. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm just gonna keep walking and I'll update later with progress. Beautiful. So it's probably not going to be soon enough to see them, but there's turkeys in the woods. Oh, there we go. You can see it. Yeah. Gobble, gobble. Do you know the way to the meteorites? Turkey. Still searching. Sun is starting to descend in the sky. Very peaceful. Just walking and talking to the Lord, asking Him to console broken heart and renew, help me to find wonder again. Ew, bane of my existence, Sumac! Really allergic to anything like that, but glad we're not in the season yet for that. And there again, ooh, more sumac. I'll watch my shoes in this area, but another non-meteorite rock. And another non-meteorite. There's evidence of footprints. I'm hearing lots of squirrels. So I will be going elsewhere on this trail in a little bit. All kinds of rocks. None of them meteorites. Maybe we should have the meteorite counter. And I see a rock unturned. Is this people looking? Because this is unturned like this, upturned. Or did it simply dislodge from here from someone's shoe? It's kind of like gold rush, gold fever. Looking for things like this, especially after an event. Not meteorite, but still fun to drink. So as the sun starts to really descend in the sky, walking through the woods, probably the place I feel most comfortable on the earth is the woods. The plinko of it all may not have anything in here, but just thought I'd do a little woods discovery. All kinds of non-meteorite rocks in here. You never know where something falls. It's just an interesting gambit. All kinds of people are going to be walking the same exact paths over the next couple weeks, especially as the fervor for this reaches a more heightened pitch. Go see if you can make a discovery. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're into nature and discovery, and a lot of people, I guess, have had this kind of a vision of finding space rocks since they were young boys or girls, and people are traveling from all over the place. One guy from Texas, another I saw, I think it was like Chicago. That's kind of the thrill of adventure and treasure hunters and rock hounds, is believing this impossible dream and kind of being wired for it. I don't know if that makes you nuts or brilliant or both. What can be exciting is you know that you will always find something, even if it wasn't the initial thing you were looking for, and you develop an instinct for collecting other things along the way. And if you can combine those interests for things that you're interested, combine your interest for things you're interested in, yes, makes it a lot more enjoyable. So for instance, if you like seeing turkeys like we just saw, and maybe you want to collect a turkey feather because, didn't know this, but actually feathers are illegal to collect. People may trap or entrap birds just to take advantage of them for colorful feathers, but turkey feathers you can collect, but there's other feathers that you cannot, and I did not know that. There's something you learn new almost every day, but I did not know that. So another thought occurred to me, like, would another technique to be like if a meteorite hit anything, and again, like a pineapple-sized chunk meteorite coming down, could it split a tree? You know, like a blade of grass in a tornado, like being stuck right in a board. Now this tree obviously is dried out a lot longer than a couple days. Wouldn't have that. Could be a cool thought that there's a big explosion that felled this tree, and then there could be rocks around. And I was like excited, dreaming of that, thinking of that. But again, moss covered, no black obsidian situations forming in front of me, but still my imagination thinking what could happen. And anytime I see something that looks remotely like, ooh, eggshell black, but it's just like a petrified leaf. Cool though, very cool. Kind of the right texture. But no, we just keep finding things like this. Hoping this is going to lead me eventually back to the trail because dusk is upon us, but I'm also kind of looking at these turkeys because maybe I could sneak up on them a little bit more. Still hear them. They are, there they are. Look at that. It's probably the best view I'm going to get of them yet. Just interested. What particular feed are they looking for? They're sweeping their feet Are you metal detectors looking for treasure? They won't let me close for long. Once they know I'm here, I think they see me. Oh, they see me. So this is pretty cool. Kind of a widowmaker here. It's a dead wood. Pock marks going up. Looks like a telephone pole, but here it's like chompity chomp city. I don't want to be under this thing for too long. So it's like, how many mossy rocks can I show you in a row? But I gotta show you that I am looking and not just yakking. Okay, my hood up is starting to get cold. Okay, glasses stay on. Both earrings are there. Yay. I'm wandering my way over these turkeys just to see what they're foraging for. Maybe it's nuts. They're non-stone. Maybe they're looking for nuts. I don't know. Beautiful birds and watching and observing their behavior. Just want to see why they're there, what they're looking for. They're here for something. Interesting, they're kind of nervous by nature. Kind of feel like I fit in. Oh, do you see that squirrel? This nature preserve is really delivering on the nature. It's like a Ohio safari right here. Oh, there's the squirrel again. This is cool. Any rock you find could just be from the sky or from the earth at this point. I know this is from the earth, but it's still cool. It's still cool as I head my way towards the turkeys. Just gonna start calling them some acronym. My Husbro loves doing that. Using acronyms for everything. It does appear they're feeding on something. But like, they were looking for meteorites. Like we need to call them something like rites or meats, M stones. First gen turkeys here, and they just are like, oh, that's just one of those bipeds that walks along the trail. No harm, no foul. Oh, that was a really bad pun. No harm, no foul. Look at all these scratch areas. Early spring plants are under there like some sort of bulbed forest delights. Thank you for letting me participate. Well, I've made it back to the trail. Turkeys are in yonder direction, still scratching away. Beautiful sky as spring starts to come alive slowly but surely. Great way to kick off spring 2026. Out in nature that God created among the pines and the beauty of the land that I love. Check it out, my first feather. Not a meteorite, but beautiful. Yeah, that is pretty. Look at all those curly, fuzzy angles, and look at that beautiful green and blue. Beautiful. Love feathers. There he is sneaking away. They were just walking right in front of me. Well, finally nearing the end of this day one of meteorite searching, although Husbro and I may take a walk in the area parks at night. But for now, this is where we part ways probably for the evening. And looks like I found a restroom, so finding all kinds of things I need before I'm back hitting the coffee to my veins. Oh yeah. Boy! And look who we have here, enjoying a select meal. Bye-bye. Hello, my darlings. I'm here with a wonderful Malbec. Where was it from, love?
Argentina.
Argentina. Wonderful viola. Delicious berries. Okay, guys, here we are getting ready to go for our second day. I said Husbro wait for me and he does not listen, but we are getting ready for our second day of meteorite hunting. So glad for that. Got the little jacket on, little Free People clearance. Usually don't like brands shout outs, but Free People is so cool. And it was a fun memory, and that's what life is about making memories, according to a certain someone I know. Anyway, getting ready to go to breakfast and just having a great time before I go wandering looking for more space rock. Bye. Okay, wait. I get pour over, but I make it kind of into an Olay. Well, I don't make it, they do. And I'm just laughing because it always spawns like 3 or 4 cups because Husbro knows how to order it. This was from the front porch in Hartville. Yay, Hartville, Ohio. Some places will give a pre-made cup, the rest of the pour over, another cup of steamed milk, and this one gave, I liked their ingenuity, a cup to mix it in, and they gave the steamed milk and the pour over. So I could do it myself. And then you just pay an upcharge for the fact that you're kind of getting a couple cups of coffee. All right, getting ready. Yesterday's find, getting ready to rock on. Ha 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 ha. Cool, but not space rock, but cool. I wanted to talk about jealousy a little bit. I'm a super jealous, super possessive person, work on it all the time. One thing that I think it's good for, which sounds weird, is it's a barometer. Because often feelings are demonized by people. Feelings are a signal, a way of thinking, information. Some of the information that jealousy tells me is that I love something. Now that may sound crazy, but I don't care. Just how it works for me. If I feel like I cannot breathe and like I'm almost overcome by like tears, like I'm gonna miss out on something. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Nice to meet you. Feelings, back to the feelings. That if I have this pull towards jealousy, and I feel like that about rock hounding. I actually took geology in college, a course as an elective. Really enjoyed it. Went up to Buffalo, Niagara Falls, kind of looked at different formations there with our geology teacher. Very interesting, kind of like seed pod or something. Don't know what that's too. There's a lot of thistles in this area, but this is kind of fibrous. Watch it be like a beehive. Like, I know it's not, but like it kind of feels like that texture of like a hornet's nest or something, but maybe it is. Maybe it's some sort of fruit or nut casing. Hey, check it out, guys. I found all of the meteorites. They're just sitting right here. Just wanted to report that I found them all, and you can stop looking. It's been good. here with Husbro. Say hi, Huzzy.
Hi. Do you want me to tackle that guy with the metal detector?
No, we don't tackle fellow people.
I can if you want.
Men. We are now at the Sharon Nature Preserve. So excited to start exploring. I will catch up with you a little further down the trail, but very glad to be here and try again. Okay, love you guys. So I did want to show you, I do have one of these Garrett pointers, got it for metal detecting. I do intend to keep looking for that gold at some point. Not gotten the skill quite yet down. Anything fuzzy. I do love fuzzy things. I mean, there's plenty of people out here that own metal detectors. It's not like tremendously unusual. Unless there's an event like this, maybe it's not as popular to do something. Kind of a interesting nut. It's like a little snout. Maybe it'll help me sniff. Is this better than my pointer? Doubt it. Just cool little nose nut. Signs of spring. Very exciting. First day of spring. Woo, woo. Just found a cool feature on a tree. Check that out. Gonna name him Spot. Hello, Spot. It's cute little spots. Probably some sort of fungus or something that's killing the tree. But I think he's very unique. Look at this leaf, that's really beautiful. It's like albino leaf, so cool. Really, really pretty. I've always been enamored with these berries because out in the middle of the gray skies, they just pop out. That one kind of looks like it's hammered. So just had a couple sweet ladies ask me as they were walking their babes, did I find anything? And I'm like, a turkey feather yesterday. Just so fun. People care and that everyone around here knows what's going on. Really cool. So I wanted to do a post interview on the meteorite search, and I have my one treasure, but I have lots of memories in my heart, and I was very glad to come. Very disappointed that I couldn't find a meteorite, but it is rare.
So how many people did you see scourging for meteorites?
Scourging?
I meant to say scouring.
I didn't see anyone scourging anything.
Also known as scouring.
I didn't, zero. I saw zero people scourging. Scouring, I probably saw, he's making obscenities at me off the camera. Scouring, would you consider people with a metal detector scouring? Okay. Probably saw like 4 metal detectors, and then I saw a lot of people like this, like me too, like everyone's just like, so like I figured those people were scourging the ground. And out of those people, I kind of tried to stay out of the way, honestly, because I didn't want to be asked too many times, because I'm such an amateur at doing it. I didn't want to like steal the thunder or like act like a poser, like that I'm like some sort of like geologist or something.
Did you ever see what you thought might be meteorite, like a rock?
No, because I had studied what they look like and nothing matched that. They were all earth rocks, and I was pretty certain like there was nothing that looked otherworldly like what was described, which again is a black appearance with like maybe like a crusty lighter inside, but the outside looks like it's crackled, because when it blazes into the Earth's atmosphere, it basically gets singed, so it looks like an eggshell black crackle effect. People had a lot of, like, you would see like the dirt like unearthed, and you would see like black stones like along the walkways, because to most of us amateurs, like if you were like, think of it, if you were just looking for that and you didn't know what you were looking for and you didn't look it up, you just went, oh, I'm gonna find this. Any black stone, you would think, oh, that could be a meteorite. Okay, final question, unless you have so many burning questions, but at least one more.
Other than, of course, spending time with me, what part of this whole experience were you most excited about, and did that part that you were most excited about deliver?
This feather actually excited me the most, and it has two of my favorite colors, like a periwinkle and a turquoise kind of green iridescence. So I'd never actually seen or held a feather like this before, and I love all these fluffies. Like, I realized as I was walking, it was more important to have come and tried and be a part of this historical event. And it was a really important place because we have a history with Sharon Center. It was just special to be there when the Lord caused an event to happen, and just think through things. So love you guys. I will see you later. Thanks for coming on the journey with me. I hope that we will be on another adventure soon, and who knows when or where it will be, but it certainly will happen. All right, love you. Talk to you later.
I'm walking on foreign sounds. I'm walking on foreign sounds. Walking on foreign sounds. I'm walking on foreign sounds. I don't know what I'm looking for, but hoping I'll find